Successful thinkers, I don't hear you. There's too many people in this room to be this quiet. Successful thinkers, Elk Grove, I don't hear you. Come on, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Come on, keep clapping, keep clapping. Welcome. Let's wait for everybody to get situated, get seated.
You deserve a high tip.
Wow. Wow. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys really don't understand why I say wow. I say wow because we started this group with 11 people. 11 people. Just look around. People in the front. Look in the back. Look in the back. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? 11 people at a round table pizza. And this is amazing. I am so excited. I am so blessed. And I'm just so happy that you guys took out your busy days to come and share this experience with us here at Elk Grove Successful Thinkers. We have officially grown up. We are in a business environment for business people, right? And so this is extraordinary. And although I'm on the microphone and I'm up here, I didn't do this by myself. I truly didn't. It's a team of us. And so I would like to introduce the Elk Grove leadership team. Can the Elk Grove leadership team, just anybody that's part of our team, please come to the front of the room. Please. Don't be bashful. Come on. Come on, you guys need to be recognized. So I want you guys, although I'm holding the mic, but it's not me. It's these guys. You two, Anita, come on. You part of this team. Louise, come on. Everybody needs to know. No, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. So just take a moment and just pass down the mic and just kind of briefly introduce yourself. Wayne Luther.
Juanisha Simpson.
Yoli Monzo.
Sharon Boatwright. Pat Swindell.
Jerry Mullen, or Jay, as some people call me.
Sarah Mullen.
Sharon Brown.
Tony Dankowski.
Monica Hill.
Anita Crawford Clark. And Louise.
Give a round of applause, everybody. This is what makes Elk Grove happen. They helped me keep this energy. When you guys came, did you get a lot of love and hugs and all that good stuff, right? That's what Elk Grove does. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. So at this time, how many first-time guests we have in the room? First-time and successful thinkers. Raise your hand. Give them a round of applause. Wow. 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 Let's do this. Let's do this. How many people brought guests here today? Please come to the front of the room if you brought a guest. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I saw you raise your hand back here. Come on up here. Let's do some recognition. This is what we do here. Please don't be shy. We need to recognize you guys. So we're going to start with you, Beverly. Tell us your guest, who they are, what they do, and have them stand up for us.
My name is Beverly Blankenship, and I'm an ambassador with Stockton. And my guest is on her way, but I wanted to introduce her anyway. She is the wife of the Liberian Consulate General, and she will be here shortly, and her name is Nicole.
Okay.
I'm Dusty. I host the Auburn group on Wednesdays at 12:30. I brought these two good-looking gentlemen right here at the front, Alex and Justin. Stand up, guys. few other younger people here. I kind of want to recognize them. We're looking to get Young Successful Thinkers launched. We're working with Jim Bellacera to get Young Successful Thinkers. So, younger people, I just want to recognize you guys. College age people, anyone? Brianna, Javon, Randy. Thank you guys.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Cheryl Whiteman, and I want to introduce my two guests, a wonderful couple that I met just this week, Waldo Herrera and his wife Yvonne.
My name is Robert Budeman. I bring three guests, all from my private friends and Christian churches. So I'm amazed to see how many of you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Gina Rowe, and I brought Brianna Conway. She's a young, successful thinker, and I want to welcome her to my world, and thank you all for making her feel welcome. She's going to San Francisco State this fall, and she's interested in international business, so I thought this was a perfect place for her.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Yoli Alonso, and I brought today Patricia Ortiz with Farmers Insurance, and Patricia graciously brought a guest as well.
My name is Patricia, and I was on my way to the meeting, and I grabbed my friend Grace Lee from my office, and I said, you have to join me.
Wayne Luther, and it's great to have everybody here. I'm part of the leadership team. I brought two guests here, Terry and Mike. Would you please say Terry Grant and Mike Wolf? Great people. And it's wonderful to have everybody here and see all these great faces.
I am Jaylene Sheehan, and I'm an ambassador from the Rockland Successful Thinkers. And I brought my friend Doug here today. He's actually from Arizona. He's a business owner in Arizona, and I wanted him to check out Successful Thinkers and see if this might be something that he might want to take back to Arizona with him.
Hello, it's so wonderful to see everybody. My name is Sharon Boatwright, and I brought a friend and a colleague, Renee Johnson, Anita Renee Johnson, and she's a motivational speaker, and she speaks all over the world about women finances. Stand up, Anita.
And I didn't bring her, but she called me at 8:45 today and said, I have never been to Successful Thinkers, and I would love to come to your group. How do I get there? And she saw us on Facebook. So Manju, would you stand up? And she brought her daughter with her.
Let's give the guests of all the guests a round of applause, everybody. Actually, are there any guests in the room that went to successfulthinkers.com and found the location and just showed up? Are there any guests here that found Successful Thinkers that way? Okay, great. So, you might be wondering, what is this Successful Thinkers thing? And why are all these people here? Well, Successful Thinkers has this philosophy of know, like, and trust. And we're bringing the high tech to meet the high touch. And so we connect on Facebook, LinkedIn, any social media, and then we come here to get to know, like, and trust each other. And just look around you. These are so many new people that we can just really build relationships with. And these meetups are in over 200 cities. Okay? They're in 200 cities. In fact, let's bring up all the ambassadors for Successful Thinkers. Please come to the front of the room. Give them a round of applause. Let's start left to right. So what we're going to do is you're going to introduce yourselves real quickly. We don't need a long speech, but just tell us your name and the chapter that you work and the time that your meetups are.
I get to go first.
You get to go first.
You know, my name is Rick Zeller, and with a name like Zeller, I am never first. So this is cool. I am with the Rockland group. By the way, how many Rockland people do we have here today? Look at all these people. This is very cool because we measured the distance, and it was the same distance here as it is up to there. So we kind of expect to see all you at Cha-Cha's on Tuesday at 11:30. The food's great, the meeting is wonderful, and our speaker this coming week is Louise Umeki. So you got to come for that.
Good morning, folks. My name is Jeff Linsangen. I hail out of the Tracy meetup. We meet every Thursday. However, right now we are currently reworking everything. So I just wanted to announce that Tracy is still on the map, but we are not officially functioning yet in terms of a weekly meetup. But I'm glad to be here. It's wonderful seeing all these great faces. Wow.
I am one of the co-ambassadors for the Citrus Heights Roseville group, not to be confused with the Just Citrus Heights group. Myself and Jillian, she's the one that I actually applaud for. She does all the work. She is wonderful. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be able to meet every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. From 11 to 1 at back 40. If you like barbecue, that's where you need to be on Tuesday.
Jaylin Sheehan with the Rockland Successful Thinkers on Tuesday with me.
Hi, Brenda M. Let's see, currently I'm helping up co-ambassadoring the Shingle Springs group, which is a lot of fun. We meet Mondays at 11:30. And then the El Dorado Hills group, which another ambassador is right there in the amazing purple shirt right there. And we are also transitioning. We're going because there were so many lunch groups in our area. We're going to have evening meetings in El Dorado Hills. And so be watching for that. We're going to have that once a month in the evening coming up.
My name is Nicole Babcock. I am also an ambassador up in Rockland, and like I said the last time I was here, we are really rocking it in Rockland, so you've got to come see us.
Jillian Maxwell, one of the co-ambassadors for Citrus Heights Roseville with Gary, and Gina. Gina's back there. Gina's our Louise. Gina's our support staff. So welcome you all Tuesdays from 11 to 1 at Back 40 Barbecue. Thank you.
My name is Melas, co-ambassador from Foster City, California, and we meet on the happiest day of the week, Fridays. 11:30 to 1:30. Come and see us there, please.
Hi, my name is Tim Redmond. I'm one of the original founding ambassadors, and I've seen this group. Now, you said you had 11 people at your first group. Do you realize your leadership group is bigger than 11 people now? And look at this room now. You have grown up. But I've seen this entire group of successful thinkers grow from 2 meetings to over 200 meetings. So you're in the right place. I'm currently acting as an ambassador for the Auburn group, helping them out. But I come and support this group because I think this is amazing what they've done here. So thank you.
Again. I'm in the Stockton area, and we meet on Wednesdays from 11 to 1.
Hi there, I'm Phyllis Klein. I am an ambassador with Stockton. We meet at the University Plaza Waterfront Hotel in Stockton on Wednesdays from 11 to 1. And I consider myself an ambassador of successful thinkers because everywhere I go and everyone I meet, I'm always asking them if they have heard of successful thinkers. And so I just met somebody in New York, from New York, who knows Jim Bellacera very well. He said, successful thinkers, yay! So we're all over the place and getting bigger.
I'm Dusty Bateman. I host the Auburn group. We meet Wednesdays at 12:30 at the Round Table Pizza. We have about 11, so I'm guessing in about a year we'll be right here. Yeah, I'm working with Mel. We just started hosting about 2 months ago. So come up, we'd love to have everyone up there.
My name is Mel Vesley, and I'm an ambassador for Auburn, and my goal is to help Dusty.
Build the group big.
My name is Randy Taylor, and I'm a co-ambassador with the El Dorado Hills group. And as soon as I can get a helicopter, I hope to attend all the meetings in the Bay Area. I've been at about 80% of them so far, and I'm grateful to be associated with it.
I'm Christina Prasad. I'm one of the ambassadors for the Monday Successful Thinkers meeting at Chili's on Sunrise and Madison in Citrus Heights. So come on out.
And I'm an ambassador from Modesto, and we meet up on Tuesdays from 11 to 1 at the Clearing Lane.
Thank you. I'm Wade Brooks. I'm an ambassador to the Fair Oaks and Sunrise and Madison as well. But I really want to let you know that you guys are also the greatest ambassadors I can see out here at one time. I'm very thankful that you're here and that I got to come down here and spend it with you.
How's everybody doing today? You having a good time? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Elias Melas, and I've kind of taken on the role of the Bay Area Lead Ambassador, helping Jim Bellacera and Robert A. Velarde start every chapter out there. But primarily, I'm the main ambassador down in San Jose, where we meet at the Allen Sonoma Chicken Coop every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm also helping Madeline Sadek, who's the main ambassador in Foster City, run the chapter there that meets on Fridays at Spice's Restaurant from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. So come check us out. We have some great groups down there. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ron Horry. I'm from San Francisco Bay Area. I'm one of the ambassadors for San Jose and also Foster City. This is my first time here in Elk Grove. I was talking to Maurice here, the Mo. I want to capture all the excitement here, take it back to the Bay Area, and explode our 2 chapters and start some new chapters in San Francisco Bay Area.
Everybody, our ambassadors, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you guys. Thank you. I know for your first time guests, you're like, how in the world can I remember all these meetups, right? You're probably thinking that. Well, we have a list on the main table that every ambassador that was up here, their chapter is on that list. And not to mention, you can be really helping someone grow their business by just sending them to an not Elk Grove, but a Successful Thinkers meetup in their community. Because I guarantee you, particularly in the Sacramento area, and we're really expanding in the Bay Area, there's a meetup going on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there should be no excuses why you can't get in front of people to get to know, like, and trust. But with that being said, I would like to bring up a gentleman. Tom, can you come up here real quick? Sorry. It took us, I want you guys to understand this. It took a year to get this guy to Successful Thinkers. You know, but I think I have a little charisma, and I came up here personally and talked to him. And I said, you know, you need to come out to Successful Thinkers and just see what we're all about. And he came, and I was surprised. And when he showed up, he was in awe. And I just personally want to thank you for allowing us to have this facility. And he's been able to, you know, donate this to really help Successful Thinkers because he believes in what we're doing. And, you know, here, you say it.
In following with what he said, I just have to say one thing, and it's all true in your own hearts. You're here for the same reason that I made it to it for the first time. It took me about a year and a half, actually, before I actually came. I think you guys were forming, and I knew Victor had mentioned things, and you had said. Anyway, I had people trailing after me. I'm very old school. I don't commit to anything unless I can do 100% or 110% into it. And he caught me at the right time. I was vulnerable. And I just gotten done with what was on my plate, and I kind of made some decisions on life, and he came up and he said, hey, you know what, and you know, the rest is history. I made it to the meeting. The funny thing is I knew probably a dozen of you folks already that were in Successful Thinkers. I just didn't want to commit myself yet to going. So when I did go, I was in awe. I really was, because part of the reason for it is that you folks, I'm 110% for networking. And one of the big things I think is that when we hit the recession, the dinosaurs started falling down. We all saw that. It was groups like this that kept us alive. Everybody. And we all are in the same boat. Okay? We don't need to be brand name against brand name. We could actually coexist well. And so that's where I came in. I had things I could offer for the group. When I committed myself to it, I stuck to my goals that I had set, and that was to offer what I could offer to you. And I'm so grateful that you guys made it here, because I don't know about you, I was almost going to do a little prank. I was going to play in the background bowling. And I thought it would make some of us feel at home, but to me, the thunder in the background, it got to be, at points when we had good speakers up there, and every week we have a great speaker, but it got to the point where it was distracting. And I know that if you're taking the time out for 2 hours to come out on your lunch break, it means something to you. And deep in my heart, if that means something to you, this is your home now too, so welcome.
Thank you. Give a round of applause. Man, this is huge. This is huge. And I have to triple that, because we were meeting in a bowling alley where kids is out of school, they're playing, and you hear the balls rolling. It was all good. We're very thankful for Strikes. We helped them grow their business. They helped us. But now, we stepping our game up, and I am so impressed just being here, and thank you again. Thank you. So now, this brings us to the part where, for the new people, we offer something of value to everybody in the group. Man, you talk about giving. I thought I was a giver. I thought Louise was a giver. This gentleman that we have as our guest speaker today is the ultimate of ultimate giver. Jim Bellacera, everybody. He not only he's so in tune with people's success. He's created making millions from your home within the millionaire mind, and that's how committed he is for the masses. Because he's grown businesses, he's built large organizations, so the guy knows what he's doing. But we sit here, right? We sit here and you look around, this came from a thought, this came from a mind, and he put it together, and that's how Successful Thinkers was formed, okay? He thought about the high tech meeting the high touch and bringing it together to form Successful Thinkers. And so today, we're over 200 cities. And this started from a man with an idea. And now you look around you, it's happening. It's happening before our eyes. And I guarantee you, this is going to be in every city in the United States at some point in time. So please, stand to your feet. Let's give Jim Bellacera, our founder, CEO, and Successful Thinkers, a round of applause.
Well, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to use a PowerPoint. Uh-oh, our power went off. Oh, my computer? Does anybody know how to use this? hands, and it's not me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a little extra, there we go. It's on. It's on. Everybody clap. It's on. But I want to start with something that's really important. I'm going to prove to you why Successful Thinkers it works. It's the number one resource for developing and growing your business. Both long-term. No. Leave the lights on. Leave the lights on. That's okay. That's okay. I understand. But I'm also going to prove to you why our platform will exceed every other platform that's out there. And you know, there's a lot of great platforms that already pre-exist, and we already know that, right? I mean, from the actually, I gotta say this. It's one of my PowerPoints. You know, have you ever written all your notes, and all of a sudden your brain just goes about 1,000 miles an hour, and you can't put it in order? I have ADD. I can't put it in order. And yet it's in order here. But I'm going to go, and if it doesn't match up with those up there, focus here. Okay? Okay? Because I already know what's on there. It's just going to come in a different order. Is that okay? You know, a lot of people, you know, at first glance, they look at Successful Thinkers and they think, well, this is just like, you know, Chamber of Commerce or BNI or LATIP or Lions or all these other great organizations that already pre-exist. And these are national and international organizations. But the truth is that it's not. For those of us that have been a part of this thing for a while, we know it's not. It's totally different. And it's the difference that makes us different. And I want to say better because, you know, but at the same time when you do that, like Tom said, you don't want to put it down any other organization because they're all great organizations. But we're in a different era. In fact, I was going through the internet, and there they are. I found some pictures of those organizations. Let me see if I can find the slide real quick. I want to go straight to it. Yeah, we're just going to forget it for now. And then I'll go backwards. There. Oh. Wow. Wow. Stop. Okay. That sucker went way too far. Let me do this. I can go through it this way. Because this is important. There it is.
Just blame it on Robert if there's any problem.
Now, with all the changes, all the things that are happening in our lives, from technology and the way business was done and is being done today, everybody remembers the movie called The Perfect Storm. And the reason it was called The Perfect Storm is because all these storms had merged together at one time in one place. And as I stand back and I look at what's happening in this world today, and realize that there's so many people that are confused. And it starts at the government level, to the big corporations, all the way to the little guy. And we really don't know what to do first, second, and third. All we know is that we're trying to survive. We're in the highest rate of bankruptcy in the history of the United States. We're in the highest rate of businesses going under at hyper speed today than ever before. And when we look at, you know, what the government tried to do by injecting a stimulus package and putting all this money into the big corporations, and the money never left them to come to us, to circulate that money around this great nation, it caused a trickle effect or a domino effect where other businesses began to go out of business because money wasn't circulating. And right now, everybody is at this place where all they can think, don't have hope, and quite honestly, hope is the dream. You've got to believe that dream's going to come true. And when I first set out to start Successful Thinkers, I was actually, quite honestly, I was in the best place I've been financially in years. And then we all saw what happened with the recession and the economy, and of course it affected us just like it affected everybody else. And even while that was happening, I'm trying to build the dream just like you are, aren't you? You're trying to build your dream. And all of a sudden you get hit from the side, the left, the front, the back, things that you don't even know are going to happen. The car gets a flat tire and can't even replace the tire, right? How many have seen that? Been there, done that? But you got to keep going towards that dream. And it doesn't matter what your business is. If that business is connected to your dream, it's the vehicle that's going to take you where you want to go, then that's what you need to learn about. You need to grow in that. and you need to make that your high priority. I'm gonna go to something that was later in my talk. And how many have heard of Success Magazine? For those of you who do not know what Success Magazine is an amazing magazine. It's been around for years and years and years. They publish articles about some of the greatest heroes, people that have made a difference in the world, not just in a local economy. We're talking the world. We're talking about like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and the gentleman that started Zappos and Forbes magazine. I mean, just major, authentic people that somehow started with a dream and they kept pumping away until that dream became a reality. Has anybody heard of FedEx? They were days away from losing the entire business. Days. Kept knocking on doors to make it happen. They was the gentleman who started, excuse me. Because every dream starts from some one person. And I'll never forget, when I started doing this thing, and I started thinking, okay, how are we going to make successful thinkers work? And I really didn't know what the ingredients were. I just knew what I've learned over 30 years of my life. Actually, more than 30 years. Do I have to admit that? Okay, anyway. and then I started the campaign. And I'll never forget when I called Robert Velarde. Because for those of you that know Robert Velarde, you know to like him and trust him, don't you? As well as love him, right? Right. Well, I called him up. I didn't think that he would catch on to what I wanted to do. I didn't think, because I was going to ask Robert to donate his time for free. He didn't know I was going to ask him to do it for 2.5 years. For free. Free. And for 2.5 years, he's been side by side with me out in the trenches every day. And see, in order for your business, your dream to come true, you have to be out there in the trenches every day. It doesn't happen by accident. You think Successful Thinkers is an accident? There's no way on this planet it's an accident. Before I left the house, I went into my garage and I found some things that have been written about us. In Style Magazine, there's a page article in there. Russian Times Magazine. I can't read it because it's in Russian, but I know it's me because there's a picture of me in there, okay? And they told me that the word Successful Thinkers is in the article, so there's 2 pages. They had me as a keynote speaker there. We've been written in newspaper after newspaper after newspaper after newspaper. I mean, there's books. Right now there's 3 books published that have something about successful thinkers in it. There's a 4th one on the way, and this one says how to be a successful thinker. Yeah. And when Tamara Doris called me, she says, Jim, can we use the word successful thinkers? We just love it. And I go, yeah, okay. And her and Sharon Winters, I introduced her to Sharon Winters. She's the ex-cat girl from Batman. And I introduced her to them. They're writing a book about successful thinkers. This isn't an accident. Everything starts with a mission and a vision, and you're supposed to have a plan. Remember I said I have ADD? Yeah. I'll go this way and that way until I find the right way. There's a reason for that. Because I'm going to find what works. I'm not going to give up just because somebody says you can't do it. Has anybody ever had someone say you can't do it? Because I'm going to talk about 9 steps to success, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to tell you something. For those of you that are serious about your business, not about successful thinkers, and yet successful thinkers is ultimately, intimately connected to helping you achieve your dreams. See, when Dan Harding, I'm going to go back to Dan Harding was doing a talk in front of the direct sales organization. Now some of you think, well, what's that got to do with this? Well, here's what's really funny. It's because I have nothing to apologize for. I've been in the direct sales industry for the last almost 30 years of my life. Made millions of dollars doing it. Okay? And it's so funny when someone comes along and they say, well, you're in direct sales. And? You know those guys. There's the pyramid. And all they do is bug you. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that the people that don't do it right don't participate with successful thinkers. Okay? And now, I want to talk about the power of what he was talking about when he was talking about the direct sales organization. Here's what he said. He said, I wanted to find out what caused people to succeed. What was it that that caused people to fail, and what was it that caused them to succeed? And he came up with 3 things that, after interviewing all these leaders and corporate executives of mega multi-million-dollar companies. In fact, the combined reach between all these corporate executives that he personally interviewed reached out to over 4.5 million people and over $5.5 billion worth of revenue. So I think these people know what they're talking about. And so before I tell you what he found was the solution, he asked them if they all, what were the things that were underneath the final solution. And they all agreed it wasn't their product, because some of these companies, they all had different products. Every company had different products. So it wasn't their product. They all agreed it wasn't their business plan, because I know you'll hear people, oh, my product is better than that product, or my business plan is better than this business plan. It wasn't that one tool. I mean, how many times does somebody come to you and say, oh, I got the social media, unbelievable tool that's going to take your life and your business to the next level on Facebook. Right? Or I got this video that's just off the charts. Or we're going to get this one guy and he's going to make all the difference in the whole world. He's going to change the direction and the course of our business. And all of them agreed it wasn't any of those. In fact, they all stated it wasn't those. You know what Darren Hardy said? He said they all said exactly the same thing. He said it was the people. The people that made their businesses successful. But then we had to talk about what were the things that caused people to fail. And they're the same. I don't care if you're in insurance. I don't care if you have indirect sales. I don't care if you're starting a car business, a coffee shop. I don't care what you do. He said that what he discovered after doing all his surveys is he's got to be careful because, he's a man of authority. After all, he's the publisher of the Success magazine. He said that 70 to 80% of all people who enter into the direct sales industry, their last official act is they actually signed up. Now, let's take it another level. How many insurance agents? How many real estate agents? How many restaurants? How many, name it. People that open up a business and close their doors overnight. We only hear about all the statistics say, so many businesses fail in the first year. They don't say why. They just say they fail. And the second thing that he talked about that was lacking was personal development. And I'm going to tell you something. I believe so much in personal development that I think it was 3 years ago, this is actually 8 CDs and a lesson book combined together. I give it away for free. I think Louise is going to give away one today at least, minimum. Give it away, why? Because for me, it's not about how much money I'm going to make on selling a book. It's about making a difference. And I'm going to tell you, on the outside of these walls, there are people that don't care about you. There are people that don't care about making a difference. All they care about is the almighty dollar. But what if you can make money while you're making a difference? Whoa, what a concept. What if you can actually make money because you said, well, I'm going to put people first and let money become the byproduct and I might even get richer. Holy one Kenobi. Can you imagine that? Because people who chase the money, they always put the money in front of the people, so every business deal they do is done, it's dead, it's over. They're not going to be referred. Why would you refer somebody that all they talk about was money, they got the money, they're off, and now you know who they really are? How do you feel about it? See, successful thinkers is not about this. Successful thinkers is about building relationships, finding out who the person is so that you can know them, like, and trust them. That's what we're about. And we put all the ingredients together. And so that was the second thing. The third thing. I gotta remember the third thing. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can find it, I'm sure, after I go through all of this. Because I know number 4 and number 5, because Darren Hardy did not talk about number 4 and 5, and I have number 4 and 5 dialed in. So now I gotta remember where it is on this thing. I finished this thing in Tom's office. Obviously, that's why I don't remember the order or anything. I'm going to finish it before y'all got, well, you're already here. I'm finishing my notes. It doesn't work really very well, does it? So, all right, the third thing. So, retention, personal development, and high expectations. You know, some of you look at somebody who's become successful in their business, whatever their business is. It doesn't matter whether it's direct sale, it doesn't matter whether the guy's doing insurance, is a financial planner, web designer, social media expert, and I want to be like that guy or that girl. I want what they have. You see the car they drive up in, and oh my God, well, limousine's not bad, but a Lamborghini would be even better. And so you look at their car, and you listen to what they say, and they say how long they've been doing it, and you go, I can do it faster. Or they told me I could do it faster. Or the person who recruited me said, oh, they're making 10 grand in 30 days. And then what happens, you know, you get involved in your business, whatever that is, and you discover, oh, this is a little bit more work than I thought. In fact, this is a little bit harder. Why didn't they tell me the truth? And the truth of the matter is that if the dream's big enough, the facts don't care. It doesn't matter if it's 30 days, 60 days, or 9 years. Come, I'll tell you something, this is a fact. Ain't nobody going to give you your dream. This is a fact. Unless you just happen to be born into the right place at the right time. Unfortunately, I can't say that happened for me, okay? So I may be representing the right group here, okay? Then the next thing that hit me was, Darren, you're missing 2 more components. But see, Darren can only talk about the things that he can help people with because he was offering a University Through Success magazine. Well, Successful Thinkers has its own university, and you're all part of it. But you know what? I started thinking about that and going, yeah, he's missing some components. And it's really interesting because I remember when I first got involved in business, I was in the construction industry, and I went from building houses to doing cabinetry. And I never had anybody tell me, Jim, you're doing a great job. I never had anybody say, man, you know, you can do this thing. You know, you just keep going after your dream, man. It was just the ideas that came through my mind, and I just kept chasing them. And fortunately, I had enough willpower and stick-to-itiveness. I stayed focused for a number of years, 8 years to be precise. And I did pretty well. I mean, comparatively speaking to my friends and so forth. You know, I owned my own house. I had a car. It had vents all the way around it, but I had a car. But it was paid for. And by the way, so was my house. So even though it wasn't a castle, and even though I didn't drive a nice car, they were paid for. But it took getting injured for me to realize that I can't stay in the construction industry because I can't work like this anymore. My back hurts. I'm in pain all the time. I've got to change careers. And it was changing careers that changed my life. And I went from having no one telling me, Jim, you can do it. I got involved in a company, and get involved in a team, and I'll call a family, of people that said, Jim, you can do it. You got what it takes. Because as I registered for that company, my best friend in the whole world, we got involved in all the bad things that I can't talk about because I'd be in jail for it if I was still doing it. I don't do any of those things anymore. But here's my point. He looked right at me and said, Jim, you ain't got what it takes. You can't do it, and what makes you even think you can? Those were his exact words. And all I could think of was, wow. Man, we did a lot of things together, and all of a sudden now I can't do anything right. And Successful Thinker says, hey, through the one-on-ones, not only are you looking for people that you can know, like, and trust to develop a customer, a client, a business partner, somebody who might refer your business, but at the end of the day, somebody who might be a part of your support team. And I'm going to tell you something, the support team is more important than a customer. More important than somebody who refers to you. Because I want to tell you something, man. You know, you could talk to one person after the next, after the next, after the next. They all say, no, I'm not interested in your product, your service, or your business, whatever it is that you're offering. And then all of a sudden, you just hung in there one more day. And you talk to that next person, and they go, wow, this is cool. The timing was right for that person to change the whole direction of your business. The entire direction of your business, which means it changes the entire direction of your life. After all the pain, after all the struggle, after all the heartache that got you to that point. But you can't get that if you give up. And see, Success Magazine can't offer you a support team, and Successful Thinkers can. You have to go get it. We're not just going to hand it to you on a silver platter so you walk in the room, oh, let me love you and be your support team. No, we expect you to do something for that. you gotta love us back. It's a two-way street. Take your eyes off yourself, and guess what? You're gonna have a lot more eyes on you that actually care. And the final thing that Darren didn't talk about was, oh my gosh, now I plant my flag, I'm a web designer, I'm an insurance agent, I'm a whatever, and I'm in direct sales, and now I'm gonna go talk to my warm market. My friends and family. So once you talk to all your warm market, hello? Now you really have to get in business. Now the engines have to get turned on and you have to go do something, right? And all of a sudden we're expected to cold prospect. We're expected to create lead capture pages or buy leads or learn how to use social media so we can attract people and create a larger sphere of influence, aren't we? And like we know nothing about any of them. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, the average person who gets involved in business for themselves, they're like a deer in headlights, actually. It's like, I know, but I don't know what to do. I can't even get out of my own way. And all of a sudden they go, well, this business doesn't work. No, you don't work. You know, one of the things you'll discover about me is I don't play games. I have mercy. I have empathy. But I don't give handouts to anybody. No one. Here, we say, look, you want to grow your business? We want you to grow your business. We'd like to help you. You just got to kind of fall in line with the things that we do here so that the environment is safe for everybody. It's a family, so guess what? If you get some of the family members in this family to know, like, and trust you, they'll probably buy your business. Gary, what happened to you, man? You were about ready to close your business. What happened? You grew. But you got customers who are successful thinkers.
I got 85% of my customers.
Yeah. Right on. There are people in this room that have gotten customers, business partners, referrals. They've gotten not handouts, but handouts. They've got people that actually care about them. In fact, you'll notice, I think you'll notice it here more than anywhere else. We attract people who like hugs. You attract that like you are, isn't it true? January of 09, I said, I'm done. I've worked with more people that have absolutely no respect for people. They look at Tim as a dollar sign. They don't care who he is. They don't care what he does. They just want to know how quick he's going to buy whatever it is that they're selling. And I've had enough of it because I've worked with enough of those people over the years that I thought, well, what if I could just somehow do business with people that actually put people first and then we could create something from there. And that's been my dream. And I didn't know, quite honestly, I didn't know what it was going to take to do that. Because although I've been in business most of my adult life, all but the age of 18 and 19 years of age, otherwise I've been in business for myself. I've worked with people that had and talked about the philosophy of walking the walk and caring about people, but then when I got behind closed doors, I found out the truth about them. But they all weren't like that, just some of the leaders. And it really bugged me. It bugged me. That I could be in bed in business with people, I'm making millions of dollars a year, and I'm supposed to shut up because we're buying you, we're paying for you, man. You just shut up. This is the way it is. You don't like it? What are you going to do about it? I left. Almost cost me everything. I didn't think it was, but it did. Started another company. Started going there, we're rocking and rolling, everything's happening, we're planting all the seeds, we're doing everything right, and we're teaching people how to build fast businesses, man. They're getting to 6 and 7 figures in months, not years, months. Even I never did that, but they were using all my material, it was everything that I taught them. And we get there, and all of a sudden, all they want to talk about is, we got all this stuff going on, we need to teach. And I go, no, man, it's about building relationships. It's about empowering people, helping people, giving them the ability to believe that they can be where you are, because if you don't do that, you will lose them. They won't follow you. Oh no, man, we're making so much money, they're in it for the money. You want to bet? Because when the money stopped, they all left. All of them. All of them. And I tried to explain to them, this is not a theory, you guys. Successful thinkers is not an accident, just like this concept is not a theory. We're human beings. I'm going to tell you something. I don't care if you sell garbage for a living. If someone believes in you, you can probably make it smell good. Think I'm kidding? That whole thing about selling ice to an Eskimo, you know, there are people that have that ability to do that. They really do. But man, when you can speak from the heart rather than speak from the mouth, you know, there's power in that. And so our goal with Successful Thinkers is to take what Darren Hardy talked about, create the environment for the relationships, and give you the tools, give you the people. You still have to earn it. I just love it when someone says Successful Thinkers doesn't work. I'm just going like, hello, what planet are you from? Oh, you're one of those people that Darren talked about. I mean, that guy actually, he writes about billionaires, not just millionaires. He talks about billionaires. So, what are we going to do about it? See, I can't do it for you. I can only provide for you the tools, the wherewithal. Obviously, all your ambassadors can provide the platform. And this is not just, you guys, this was never about having a chapter in Sacramento. Jim Bellacera doesn't think small. I think so big that people think that I'm from another planet. They don't get me. And I said, follow me. Because you'll see. You can take everything I have and I'll start over and I will show you it will work.
There you go.
So let me find what I want to take. Louise is going, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed for Jim. Don't be embarrassed for me, Louise. It's okay. Let me tell you something. I have to tell you something. I'll never forget. I got an email from a guy. I sent out, has anybody ever received a message from me on Facebook or read one of my messages or received an email from me? Is anybody in this room here? Do you all know that my grammar sucks? Thank you for not reminding me, okay? But one day I got an email back from a guy. This was my early days when I actually was just learning how to use a computer. Did not know there was a thing called spell check. At least I spell the words correctly. They may not be the correct word, but they're correctly spelled, okay? And I get this email from this guy and it says, I can't believe someone like you, is trying to teach us how to become successful. You can't even spell. And I'm thinking, who does he think he is? And I didn't answer him back because I was so mad. I walked away from my computer, and I was just learning how to use the darn thing, and now I'm getting beat up. And so the next day I sat down there, staring at me in the face, man. I go, dear so-and-so, isn't it amazing that somebody like me could even succeed? But what does that mean to someone like you? What could you do with this great opportunity? Lots of success, and may I be a part of your success? Send. That's what I said. Trust me, I was mad. But you know what? It is what it is. Then I put out another email, I don't know, maybe a day or two later. Same guy. This time it was worse. He goes, I quit. And I go, what an idiot. No, I walked away from the computer, came back the next day, sent him an email and says, dear so-and-so, I'm really sorry that you decided to judge your whole future based on my inability to communicate correctly. Isn't it amazing that someone like me can succeed? What could you do if you look past me? Oh. Said. Never heard from the guy again. But I gotta tell you, I was mad. And for me to write that email the way I wrote it, I gotta be honest with you, it was hard. I mean, I think I rewrote it 5 times. And I did not have spell check. I asked Denise to please check it. Because I figured if I spelled any word in there incorrectly, he wouldn't read the rest of it. And I wanted him to know that, you know what, don't judge your future based on me. And neither should you. You shouldn't judge your future based on anybody you know. Because you're not those people. I don't care if you know people that are successful or people that have tried something similar to what you're doing and they haven't succeeded. That doesn't mean that's you. That's not you. Your success is based on you. The things that you've learned, the things that you've done, the things that you're about to do, the things that you're about to learn. The hardest part is going through the struggle. And I think the reason that so many books have been written about people that have achieved greatness is because do anything great. They just kept doing it when the odds were against them. They just went against the current. And they didn't stop. I'll never forget when I was with this company. I was with this company for 22 years. It took me 4.5 years to hit a specific place. We're making over $1 million a year. And this young couple, they're recognized for their achievement. And they still look young to me, okay? And I think I was in my early 30s, like early 30s. And they said, yeah, we've been with this company for 20 years. And we didn't quit. We hung on to our dream. And even though it took them 20 years to get there, they thought it was worth it. And when they arrived to that particular place and time, they were excited about it. Someone else might say, well, I'm not going to hang around for that. Let's look back 20 years in your life. So what have you done that's been so great? How many lives have you changed? How much money have you lost? I mean, all of us have worked a certain amount of time already, right? It's like, okay, took a guy 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to get to level 6. I share this for a reason because these books that people have written about other people. I'm not talking about, you know, the gossip stuff. I'm talking about books about people that have achieved something significant. That's it. You need to be a reader. I'm going to find my 9 steps. Because my 9 steps are going to change your life. Good thing I'm editing this video, huh? There we go. We found it. By the way, we have a handout that we're going to give you if you want it. If you believe that your dream is important enough. Seriously. The first of the 9 steps is know your why. Because some of you, I know that you're working perhaps 1 or 2 jobs, plus you're working your own personal business. So it's not easy. A lot of you probably have families that you're supporting, children you're taking care of. I get it, I understand. But it's the why, it's the hope that will keep you focused on what you need to do daily, regardless of where you're at. It is what it is. You know, when I first got involved with that whole people industry, you know, I didn't want people to know what kind of a car I drove, because they don't even make them anymore. I drove a Datsun pickup truck. I think it's a Nissan now, isn't that right?
Yep. Yep.
But I used to park that car so far away from where I was doing my meetings because I didn't want anybody to know what I drove. But when they met with me, it's like, okay, we're going to judge this whole guy by the way he looks, right? But they didn't know my heart. They didn't know my passion. And I fought through that. Of course, they never saw my car. Okay? But that's just the way it was. Always be a student. Quite honestly, all the way up to the age of 26, I only read one book. It was entitled The Man Who Never Was. I did a book report on that and did it 2 different times using the same book because I only had to read it once, right? 2 different teachers, they don't like to read the book before. There's some military book or whatever, and I'm not going to go into the spy movie, or spy book. And all of a sudden I was thrown into this arena where I've got to change the way I think, the way I act, and I've got to learn to meet people, create relationships to build my business. And I'll never forget, I read a book called The Uncommon Freedom. And I read that book a few times, actually. Actually, once the book started, I couldn't put it down. It was 400 pages. And I just read page after page after page after page after page after page. Because the book was affecting my attitude in a positive way. See, what's the uncommon dream? It's someone who has a dream to pursue, and when they get to that point, they're able to live an uncommon life. A life that most people will never live because they're not willing to do what you did. That's simple. It's that simple. So always be a student. And the way you're a student is you're learning, you're listening, you're growing, you're attending. Always read. I talked about that. But readers are leaders and leaders are readers. How can you tell somebody something of any significance if you don't know anything? I mean, think about what I just said. If you're not reading books and you're not learning, what are you going to say? I mean, the group that I hung out with, all they want to talk about was sports and girls, so that was easy. Okay? But then when I got involved in business, I had to know what to say. And in order for me to know what to say, I had to influence them to know that I know what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Always listen to stories. When it comes to reading, I'm going to throw a challenge out to every single person in this room. Now, I know there's some of you in this room here, Robert, you probably read 5 books a night, but I'm going to throw a challenge out to everybody else here in this room. Read something, whether it's autobiographies, personal development books. We're going to throw out a Book of the Month program very soon, but don't wait for us. Something every day, 15 to 30 minutes every day of your life. I promise you it will change your life forever. I promise you, I guarantee it will. In fact, if you can come back to me later and tell me that the books that you're reading did nothing for your attitude, did nothing to inspire you to move forward, well then, okay, wow. Then maybe you should practice what you read. See, some of you can read so well that you can highlight things and you go, oh, that was good, that was really great information, and then you never practice it. You're still the same person that you were before you read it. Hello? That's why books are written. So you can learn, right? So listen to stories. I'm going to start a program in Successful Thinkers, and the stories are going to be from successful thinkers. There are people in this room, and there are people all throughout the nation, and actually globally, that have a story. Whether it's someone that has lost a loved one, and you just pioneered through it, plowed through it, kept going. Or someone who has just had a long journey towards their achievement of their dreams and goals. Or you've lost and came back again. And you lost and you came back again. I started doing these interviews under the name of Successful Thinkers before I started Successful Thinkers. I put together about 50 interviews. Some of these interviews I'm sitting in my studio and I'm crying as I'm interviewing these people. Because their stories are pretty tough. The first time I heard one of these stories, I was taken back because it was a gal who her family came over from Vietnam, and they split the family up in 2 boats. So you had the dad and half the kids in one boat, and you had the mom and half the kids in the other boat. And the reason they did that is because the potential chance of getting captured, if they only capture one boat, then they only will take half the family and put them in prison for 5 years. And that is exactly what they did. 5 years. Whether the kid was 6 years old or 20 years old. For trying to escape. And then I had another interview with another guy. Same thing. It's like, golly. One of them was 15 years before they saw their family. And then I was interviewing Pastor Wally. He spoke at our church and he really affected me. And one day, my church is in Roseville, and one day I'm in Salt Lake City, and there he is, with Pastor Wally. I go, where do you live? I didn't know where he lived. He goes, Elk Grove. I go, really? He goes, yeah. I go, Pastor, can I interview you? And he goes, yeah, of course, yes, absolutely. I go, great, well, my office is in Stockton. So we scheduled a day, he came to Stockton. I said, I want you to tell your story. And it's a pretty crazy story. And whether you're of a Christian faith or not, the Successful Thinkers is not about religion here, ladies and gentlemen, please. But his faith was Christian, and he was in the Arab world. And in the Arabic country that he was in, he was not allowed, no one was allowed to teach Christianity. And he chose to do it. Well, after several months of doing it, they finally captured him and sentenced him to death on Christmas Day. And the word got out, went around the world, literally, between our president and dignitaries from other parts of the world, they saved his life on Christmas Day. The story, here's a man who stayed true to his faith. Okay? Whether you stay true to your hope, your dreams, your goals, your faith, if you don't stay true to something, it will take you down. Out of those 50 stories, there's over a half a dozen of them, and more actually, that really tore me up. My dream is not to tear you up, but to take your excuses away. That when someone You might be at the end of your ropes in terms of your business, or believing that you really can do it. Maybe you only need one more day or one more year, I don't know. But these stories will change your life if you listen to them. And you know what? I don't even consider it an option. You want to know why? Because you could have the worst day of your life. And all you have to do is meet someone. And they'll say something to you that will affect your life. Okay? It'll change you. Always be positive. Sometimes it's not easy, huh? Actually, we can laugh because it hurts, huh? In fact, you know what? If your dream, I hope, as God is my witness, that your dream hurts. You want it so bad that it hurts. My goodness, if it doesn't hurt, then obviously you don't want it bad enough. But be positive. Whoa, why should I be positive when I ain't got nothing to be positive about? Well, think about this. You lift somebody else up, in the process, you actually get lifted up. What a concept. Can you imagine that? You actually help somebody, in the process you win. I can't tell you how many times I lifted somebody up and forgot about me. I'm going to tell you about a day that was really, it was a tough day. I was driving to the Lodi Successful Thinkers. I got completely lost. I was like, I'm not supposed to go here. I'm going to go home. I drove 8 miles past my turn. So that means I had to come 8 miles back. I was 16 miles out of my way. Made the left-hand turn into this street you can't see to go to this freaking awesome winery. But I didn't know. I got out of my car and I God, why am I here? I just want to go home. I walked into that room and I'm going to tell you something, my whole life lifted up. Everybody was cool, everybody had smiles, they were giving hugs. It was like, yeah! It was the right medicine for the right person. And I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me, and I bet you $1 million there's a few in this room here that will admit that as well. But if you can give someone a hug or edify them, now we can't go into all the teaching and all that, but it's pretty powerful. Always invite. Was that cool? See how many people were lined up that had invited guests here today? Successful Thinkers is going to grow in so many different ways, you have no idea. But this is probably the most important way, because when you personally invite somebody, it's coming from the heart. And always be recognized. Obviously, you deserve it. Here's what I mean by being recognized. I don't mean be recognized for doing something silly. I mean be recognized for doing something good. That'll lend credibility to who you are. And plus, you know the 20-80 rule, 20% of people do 80% of the work. So why don't you get recognized for what you did? And we want to give it to you. We're going to do it for you online and offline. Always show up. They say that's half the battle, isn't it? I mean, think about how many times we don't want to go to a meeting. I mean, it was only once a week. Some of you actually go to several, but seriously, it's only once a week. Why do sales meetings happen once a week? Because everybody goes like this. And then by the end of the weekend, they're down at the lowest they can be, so they can get pumped back up so they can get going so they can succeed, right? Well, isn't that what we're doing here? And then, number 9. Always set one-on-ones. This is the most friendliest, safest environment for you to actually create relationships, learn about other people, and for them to learn about you. I can't teach you anything about this today because I don't have time. But here's the thing. These 9 steps, if followed properly on a regular basis, I'll bet you, whether you want to become an ambassador or not, I'll bet you could be one of the superstars. Where's Randy? Randy Taylor. Stand up, Randy. Clap if you love him. No, I'm serious. His name is synonymous with successful thinkers. Everybody knows Robert Velarde. His name is synonymous with happy. So he's got a smile. Always doesn't mean sometimes. It means always. You always do what you need to do, and you always get where you want to go. I wish I had more time. I do want to say that it is not only an honor, but it's actually very humbling to be, to know that we started something here that's going to go on and on and on. I hope that you all have a dream to do something significant and also create a legacy. Because really, that's what I want to do. I read something that talked about when you're young and then when you're middle age and then in your last part of your life. I feel like I'm in the second half of my life right now. They talked about people my age and they said, they just want to do something that's going to do something significant. They're past getting married, they're past getting the house, they're past growing the children, and now they want to leave a mark. Well, let's leave a mark. Let's do it together. There's nothing more powerful than successful thinkers.
Well, you're doing a great job. Everybody, Jim Bellacera. Wow, if that doesn't move you, I don't know what else can. Right now, are we back? Okay, great. Thank you, Nita. That's what it's about. That's the power of what successful thinkers is, and we all should be so blessed to have such an idea, a platform to help us move our businesses forward. And it's really, truly about giving and building those relationships. And if you can just take the time to really get to know and like and trust someone, not only would great friendships be formulated, but business partnerships would be formulated. I've met so many fascinating people that's in this room right now, just based on me taking the time to get to know, like, and trust in them. So if this is your first time here, I know it can sometimes be a lot to grasp, but truly, really focus on giving. Focus on finding ways that you can know something about a person and build from that, and the business will come. The business will come. So at this point, I would like to bring up my lovely co-partner, Louise. Come on up.
Are you guys all having a good time today?
Yes!
I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning and after seeing all the texts and the emails that I had today, I was like jumping up and down. And for those of you that were Modesto, you understand what I was talking about. I was doing the dance around the house to be unstoppable, because that's what we all, unstoppable. This is so cool. So at this time, we explain to you what one-on-ones are. For those of you that are brand new, one-on-ones are literally getting to know, like, and trust each other one-on-one. You set up a time that you can meet to have coffee, to have breakfast, to have dinner. You can meet now here at this beautiful hotel in the breakfast bar before the meetings and after, and just get to know each other. What kind of things do you like? What's your hobbies? What about your family? That's what one-on-ones are, because you get to know, like, and trust, and respect each other. And when you do that, aren't you going to want to do business with them? Absolutely. And you want to refer them, because don't you hate it when you refer somebody and you find out they didn't call and you're kind of queasy? You want to refer people that you know are going to follow through. And that's what Successful Thinkers is all about. It's building the relationships. We normally do announcements at this time, and today we're not going to do announcements. We have one special announcement. And Anita, I think if you're ready, we're going to, and we do want to hit the lights on it.
Buffering.
I've also been dancing around the house to that too. You know, you heard Jim talk a lot today about being a family. Successful Thinkers is all about being a family, and we truly are. That's one of the things that makes us very different. And as a family, we love together, we share together, we cry together, we pray together, we eat together, and we celebrate together. So today, we are going to celebrate Jim Bellacera's birthday. Surprise? Yeah, well, I had to give that to you. Jim's birthday is actually on Saturday, and so we have a couple surprises for you. So that was just kind of a start, because as we are a family, we all come together, and this is Successful Thinkers. We're a great big family. But I would like to introduce you to some other people, and if somebody could hit the back door, please.
That's my son Justin, my daughter Brittany. I adopted my parents, Russ and Juana Weaver. I don't know what to say.
I know you weren't prepared. I love doing stuff like this. It's such a payback. I just want to mention that. So, as he mentioned, this is his family, and so they're part of our family because we're all in Successful Thinkers together. So we wanted to introduce you to all of them, and as you can tell, he's totally shocked, and I can't believe I actually got this to happen.
Good job, Louise!
There's not much I can keep from him. So, we have a couple more surprises. Oh, you just didn't think it was one. So, I have somebody, another treat in the back of the room. Is he ready? Maybe he's not ready. He should be outside the doors.
Louise.
What? Oh, he is. I would like to introduce you to Rappin' Ron Horry.
Rappin' Ron Horry's in the house! Hallelujah!
Rappin' Ron in San Jose, and then in Foster City. He's one of our ambassadors there, and he has a special message. No, Jim, come on up here, honey. He has a special message just for Jim.
Jim Bellacera, Rappin' Ron salutes you, and I have a special song for you. Jim Bellacera, you are a winner. You're not a beginner. You do what you say, and you say what you do. You help other people. You help yourself. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Jim Bellacera, you are a winner. You're not a beginner. You do what you say, and you say what you do. You help yourself. You help other people. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Jim Bellacera, happy birthday to you.
Woo!
Oh no, we're not done. Oh, be rude. Okay. Yes, one more thing. Well, no, actually, two more things. Okay. So, come here. Stand up there. Okay. Okay. No, you can't blame them. They're not. However, you can't blame a lot of the ambassadors because we decided, what could we give you as a birthday present? And so somebody mentioned a cruise, and I said, no. Yeah, I knew you'd say why not, but I said no. And, you know, you already have your car, and, you know, besides the ambassadors didn't want to chip that much. We didn't know what to do. Should we take him to dinner? Should we throw a party? And here we are, we're having this great party. But what we have done, and what not only all of the ambassadors, but everyone in this room and throughout all of Northern California Successful Thinkers, is we decided instead of sending you 1,500 birthday cards, that we would put a birthday album together for you. And so inside of this is, and you can, this is the cover, everybody, and you're all going to be able to see this before you leave. Inside of this is pictures, there are birthday wishes, there's all sorts of fun goodies for you. But see, you don't get to take it home today. Because anyone who knows me is going to totally understand this. See, all the ambassadors didn't get their stuff to me, like, on Monday when the deadline was. And this morning, all those texts and emails, a lot of them were pictures and stuff from the other ambassadors. So, I started printing out, you know, at 4:30 this morning. Y'all saw me up. I was doing it, and then I ran out of ink on my printer. So, you can't take it home with you today, because I have to go back and finish it all up. But you can look at it and see. But everybody wrote wonderful wishes, and we do have this for you. But we're not done. Because we have a cake. We have a very, okay, it's not lit. No, it's not old. Okay, we don't have any the candles lit. Does anyone have a lighter or a match or anything we can light the candles real quick? Okay, just pretend. Just pretend.
Hey, I have a lighter.
But Nita made this triple chocolate decadent cheesecake for you, which anyone who's been to my home and had Nita's cheesecakes knows that they're fabulous. And that's actually for you to take home. There are cupcakes that many people, Nicole Babcock, a number of people, Sharon Boatwright, I can't, there's a whole list of people who all brought, and so there's cupcakes for everybody, so that we don't have to, you know, do the whole thing. But we wanted to celebrate and sing happy birthday to Jim as he blows out his many candles, although there's there's only like 10, okay. Okay, somebody miscounted. Okay. Thank you, Elias. So on the count of 3, could everyone join me in singing happy birthday to the head of our family? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Happy birthday to you.
We just want you to understand and know how much we love and respect you, and how much we appreciate what you do for us. And like Marie said, you are the ultimate giver. You give and you give and you give. And I know many of you don't know how much he gives, but trust me, he just keeps on giving. So we just want to tell you thank you, that we love you, and we love that you are the head of our Successful Thinkers family. At this time, thank you everybody for coming. We appreciate all of you coming. I know so many of you came from quite far away, and this is the time when you get to network with each other, get to know, like, and trust, set up your one-on-one appointments, and there's cupcakes in the back. And again, thank you everyone for coming. If you haven't had a chance to sign his book, we have cards still here. We'd love to have everyone sign it. Thank you everyone for coming to Elk Grove.